What is going on, guys? It is your role model of the IWC Gamers Goon here today with your SummerSlam preview and predictions. Now, SummerSlam, as of right now, Friday morning, only has 8 matches announced. This will be coming up on Saturday. I do think we'll probably get maybe 2 or 3 more matches added to this card, whether that be on SmackDown tonight, or whether that be a last second thing that they announced Saturday or Sunday morning, saying, well, this is going to be on the pre-show. I think we'll get a few more matches on the card. Keep up with my Twitter to see those predictions, because I had to start filming this video because tomorrow won't be out of town in the morning to go to the lake, so not gonna be able to film tomorrow, so I did need to get this out of the way. But let's start it off. Let's get right into it. We have the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, defending their Raw Tag Team titles against the team of Andrade and Angel Garza. Obviously, this feud has been a lackluster one, to say the least. This feud was really the build for this feud came off of the poisoning that Zelina Vega put into Montez Ford's drink. And let's be quite honest with ourselves. It doesn't feel like a real feud. I'm sure these guys will have a good match. You look at the guys in the match, you got Dawkins, you got Ford. We know the Street Profits can have a very good match. And then you got Andrade and Garza, who are both really good in the ring as well. I'm sure the match will be okay, but the problem is the way they've been booking matches lately, especially with managers and people in the corner. They just don't feel good, especially in this new era of quarantine wrestling. It just feels dead. It really does. So you got to get Zelina Vega to not have any part of this match whatsoever. You got to let the Street Profits, Andrade and Garza, go at it. You got to let, at the end of the day, let's be honest with ourselves, you got to let the Street Profits win. I don't see a reason for Andrade and Garza to win. Do I think it's possible to let them win? Yeah. It's the WWE. Anything can happen. I think there's probably a good chance that they will win, but I don't see a reason for them to win. Once again, those are one of those teams that they just got paired together out of necessity, really. There's not much going on for this guy, not much going on for this guy. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put him in the tag team division because that's all we got for him. That's all that is. And that's not the type of tag team I want. I want to see the Street Profits with those tag team titles because they're a legit team. Now, there's a lot of non-legit teams in that division. There's a lot of teams that just don't feel the same, like the Viking Raiders. There's really no competition outside of the Street Profits are on a level of their own. I'm not saying the Street Profits are having a great year by any means, because let's be honest, they're not either. But there's really nobody for the Street Profits to face, so they might end up dropping the titles to Garza and Andrade. Yeah, I can see it happening, and then they'll end up going against them back at Payback, which I don't want to see. But you got to let the Street Profits win here. I don't care how you go about finding a new team for them to face at Payback or whatever it might be. You got to fix this tag team division. And I don't think you're going to fix it when you're putting Garza and Andrade as your champions, because then that's just going to lead to an Andrade Viking Raiders, and then eventually it's going to lead back to a Street Profits, Garza and Andrade. Just going to be a never-ending cycle. You got to build up some teams, and the best way to build up those teams is let's have good matches. The Street Profits need to win this match. Next, we got Apollo Crews defending his United States Championship against MVP. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin are banned from ringside here, so I've praised I've praised both these guys. I praised both these guys for about a month or two now. Ever since Apollo won the title, I've been singing his praises about how Apollo's doing his best work of his career. Better than his NXT work, too. He barely got a cup of coffee in NXT. Apollo Crews came to the main roster way too soon. He wasn't ready. But this run here for the United States Championship proved that Apollo is finally where he needs to be. And it's not Apollo's fault. They just pushed him out there too, or they threw him in the fire and didn't even offer their hands to help him back up. They just let him burn. They just did not care about Apollo. And now they're showing some interest in Apollo. And I think a lot of that has to be said about MVP as well. Because MVP has put this guy over time and time again. Each week, you see MVP make Apollo really feel like the United States champion. Now, the one thing I did tell you guys is I'm not excited to see MVP in the ring. I'm going to stick by that. It should be Bobby Lashley here. Bobby Lashley should be fighting Apollo Crews. But as you all know, Bobby Lashley isn't going to lose when he faces Apollo Crews. MVP will. MVP will lose. Especially with Lashley and Shelton Benjamin banned from ringside, this is a perfect opportunity for Apollo to have another win on his title run. I hope that they give Shelton a chance before they give Bobby a chance, because I'm really enjoying what Apollo Crews has been doing in this title run. And the Hurt Business has been really good as well. Just getting under the skin of Apollo and just trying to recruit different people here and there. The Hurt Business has been really good. So has Apollo Crews. I'm going with Apollo Crews here. Next, we got... I'll put them back to back because it's the same person. We got Asuka versus the champion Sasha Banks. She will be defending her Raw Women's Championship against Asuka. Or should I put the other one first? The other one's going to go first, so we'll talk about the other one first. We have Bayley versus Asuka. As you found out, Bayley said that she will go first instead of Sasha going first against Asuka to wear down Asuka. The one problem I have with the fact of how SummerSlam is going with Asuka is Asuka has 2 matches. Not only does she have 2 matches, but Asuka, I could see winning both these matches. The way they made it feel is we're going to put Asuka at all the odds just for her to come out on top. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I've told you how much I like Banks and Bayley right now, as they're holding all the gold in the women's division, and it's really good stuff. They're the best part about Raw most weeks, outside of a Seth Rollins segment here or there, an Apollo segment here or there. In terms of in-ring stuff, they're the best on Raw each week. I really want to see Banks and Bayley hold the titles, but the problem is one or two of them are going to lose the titles. Either, I think one, if one doesn't lose the title, I think both are going to lose the title. That's the thing. I think Asuka will take the title off somebody. And I'm unfortunately leaning towards the latter. I think Bayley will beat Asuka. She'll retain her SmackDown Women's Championship. And then Asuka next will go up against Sasha. And I think Asuka's going to beat Sasha. Why do I think that? Because they've always shown a lack of respect for Sasha. They've never let her have a really good title run. We're starting to see a decent title run pickup. I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for reality to strike. I'm waiting for Vince to finally be like, oh, we had you. You thought we were going to let her have a good one. I'm waiting for it. I really am waiting for them to just pull the rug from underneath Sasha. I really am. If I'm going to be honest, I want to see Sasha win the match. I want to see Bayley and Sasha win the match. But I feel like it's too good to be true. I feel like it's really too good to be true that they're going to actually let Sasha have a good title run. Because we know they don't do that. They don't do that with Sasha. They like to take that off her early. And I could see them doing it here with Asuka against Sasha. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully Banks and Bayley both win. But I'm really nervous that this is gonna be set up to make Sasha look horrible. You're gonna have Bayley end up winning. Bayley, she wears down Asuka, and then Banks is gonna lose, and that's gonna create tension between Banks and Bayley, and that's gonna lead into an eventual match, whether that be at Survivor Series, Rumble, or maybe it's just fuel to the fire for Mania. I don't know, but I could see Sasha losing, and I don't like saying that, especially now that she's actually having a decent title run so far. Next, we have Braun Strowman going against Bray Wyatt. Braun Strowman will be defending the Universal Championship. I've said it a few times this weekend already. There's one way in and one way out. That one way in and that one way out is the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Braun Strowman has no business even being the champion. He won the championship because, first off, Roman wasn't there. He won because they needed to get the title off of Goldberg. They had no other option. You can't throw anybody else in there. And Roman can't handpick anybody else because Roman really hasn't been in a huge feud with anybody else outside of Braun. That was their only option. Braun, his time's come. His time's gone. He lost in the swamp fight match. That doesn't matter. There was no title on the line. But he will lose on Sunday. He has to drop the Universal Championship. Bray Wyatt should never drop the Universal Championship to Goldberg in the first place. Bray Wyatt should still be your Universal Champion. Bray Wyatt will, once again, be your Universal Champion. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Bray Wyatt needs this match. He needs this match desperately. If Bray Wyatt loses this match, The Fiend, he's already a dying character, The Fiend. The Fiend, it might be the last straw if he loses this match. So there's no way he loses the match. I'm going with Bray Wyatt. Next, we got Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville. The hair versus hair match. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if this match is actually going to happen. Let's be honest. I'm sure you guys have been on social media with the one idiot that was found stalking Sonya Deville. She's been through court this past week. Very emotional, very, very stressful time for her and Mandy Rose, because Mandy Rose was with her. Doesn't matter about kayfabe. They're friends outside the ring, so that doesn't even matter about kayfabe. What matters is people's safety. So please don't do something stupid like this guy. But let's be honest, this match might not happen. I wouldn't be surprised if this match gets put off to a later date, whether it be Survivor Series, Payback, whatever. I don't see it happening. I could easily see them saying, you know what, just have the night off. Just come to terms with yourself emotionally, because that's something that's really hard to get through. Having somebody violate you, come into your house, not even if they do anything, but just knowing that they had bad intentions, that's just really disturbing. So I would cancel the match if it was me, but assuming the match does happen, it's been a decent build. Obviously, the tension rose. Sonya kind of set Mandy up for failure with Otis. Oh well. But there's only one way to go about it, and that one way is having Mandy Rose win. That's the only way I see it happening. If I'm being honest with you, that's the only way I can see this match ending, is Mandy Rose winning. Because let's be honest, they're not going to let Sonya cut Mandy's hair. Let's be honest with ourselves. You think Vince McMahon is going to let Sonya Deville cut Mandy Rose's hair? No. No. Mandy's winning this match. Next, we have a very good feud, a very good match in store. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know about you guys. I've been told that Dominic Mysterio should go back home and go back to watching his little sister. I don't care. I'll tell you right now, I do not care. I'm giving Dominic a chance. Why am I giving Dominic a chance? Well, first off, Dominic grew up in one of the most prestigious wrestling families, the Mysterio family. He's been growing up in the business his entire life. He's been training. What I said about McAfee is he's been there for 2 weeks. He's a celebrity playing the role of wrestler. I don't know if I like it. I'll let him go for it. I'm not going to judge him yet, but he's a celebrity playing the role of wrestler. Dominic, he's not a celebrity. This isn't for ratings. This is because they want him to be a wrestler. I think Dominic is a decent opportunity here on Sunday to prove us that he deserves that. He deserves to be there. Obviously, Dominic Mysterio will have Rey in his corner. Rollins will have Murphy in his corner. It is a street fight, so it does have a means for Rollins to lose. If this was a straight-up wrestling match, there's no way that Rollins even comes close to losing this match. But they're masking it with the street fight. We're going to have Dominic be able to use kendo sticks. He's going to use chairs. He's going to be able to use a table. It really is allowing them to be creative with it. It's really allowing them to go outside of the box and give you an inkling of hope that maybe Dominic does beat Rollins on Sunday. And I'm gonna be wild with my predictions. I'm gonna go off on a very big limb, and I'm gonna say Dominic Mysterio, since this is a street fight, is gonna pick up the win against Rollins. I think it's gonna happen. Dominic's been one of my favorite parts about Raw each week. Rollins, same thing, but I think Dominic needs this. I would really like to see Dominic be successful in the wrestling world. I really will. I really would love to see him be as successful as he can be. And imagine getting a win over Seth Rollins night 1. That's major. That's major right there. So I'm going to go with Dominic Mysterio. I know the safe bet is Rollins, but I'm taking Dominic Mysterio with my pick for this match. Last and certainly not least, we have probably the best feud going in to SummerSlam. The feud I think everybody is looking forward to the most. The match that I think everybody wants to see the most is the WWE Championship match between Drew McIntyre defending his championship against Randy Orton. Now, if you haven't seen the build, Randy Orton, he's just been a prick. He's attacking Ric Flair, HBK, you name it, he's attacked him. Edge, Christian. The Legend Killer is back with Randy Orton. And Drew McIntyre, been your champion since Mania. 6 months. He's fighting for the guys in the back. He's fighting to prove that Orton needs to put respect on the Legend's names. He needs to have a sense of respect. I'm sorry. Drew just doesn't feel right now. He doesn't. I'm going to be honest with you. There's going to be another time for Drew. Whether that be next year, when fans return, I don't know. But since they have put the shows on without fans, one of, if not their best people have been Randy Orton. I don't know what it is. A lot of shows, their baby faces just don't feel the same without the fans. But their heels, they look better without the fans. They just look ruthless. Randy Orton, he's at that point where he doesn't necessarily need to win. But when you look at Randy Orton, he's doing his best stuff of his career. This is some of the best work I've seen from Randy Orton. And if I'm a booker, if I'm a creative team member, if I'm Vince McMahon, what I'm doing is I'm rewarding the guys that have been the best since Mania at SummerSlam. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reward the people that deserve it. And the guy that deserves it probably the most is Randy Orton. He deserves it. Because Randy Orton, I would love to see what he can do with the WWE Championship. It'd be great. It'd really be great with what they're doing with Orton right now if they'd let him have the WWE Championship also, and then he was able to do more. It would be great. It would really be great. The way I see it, Randy Orton does not walk out of Sunday without that WWE Championship. There is a way that Drew McIntyre wins. I'm not going to say there's one way in and one way out, and it's Randy Orton. But there should be one way in, and there should be one way out. Randy Orton is that pick. Randy Orton has been the best that there's been in the WWE over the last 6 months. If they're smart, they'll put the title on Orton. I really like to see what Orton can do going on from there. Anyways, I'm gonna cut the final straw of this video here. So if you guys aren't already, make sure you do subscribe to me. Make sure you press the notification bell. Make sure you leave a thumbs up, comment down below, and share the video if you guys feel that is necessary. I will always be over on Twitter at GamersGoonYT and on the Instagram at thegoongameryt. Make sure you go over there to keep up with me, especially on the Twitter. I will be on Twitter all weekend, starting tomorrow night. We actually start with AEW. I will be live tweeting for the first hour of AEW. Then I will be watching TakeOver, and then we will be going back to AEW after I am done recording my TakeOver video. And then Sunday morning, you got some big stuff coming out your way. You do have the AEW review, and you will have the SummerSlam review. So big weekend in front of us with SummerSlam. So make sure you guys do mark on your calendars to come watch the videos, because I know you guys want to see them. And I will see you guys in the next one. For right now, it's been your role model of the IWC Gamers Goon, and I will see you guys in the next video.